Hey, welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Road. Today we are going to do something a little bit new. So one of the things that happens when I'm filming these videos here on the YouTubes is sometimes people send me samples of stuff. Now sometimes they send us full blinds, but sometimes they just send, hey, here's a bottle, you should try this, or here's 4 or 5 of my favorites, you should try them sometime. Well, I have a huge stack of samples over there. So I randomly selected 9 of them and I'm stuck them in a bag, and we're going to pick from those 9 and just see what I think of it blindly and let you know. We'll see how many we can get through, maybe about 3 in this video. And if you enjoy this content, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and go to Beyond the Row if you want to see more content of me and Jamie enjoying ourselves, drinking some delicious, delicious whiskey. Now let's get the bag out and see what we got. All right, so this is a Bardstown Bourbon Company gift bag. It was just sitting on the table, and there's really no special reason why. So I have 9 different sample bottles in here, and we're gonna just grab one, and I'm gonna pour it and not look at the bottle to know what it is. So here's one, got my fist all around it so I can't see what it is. I can't read that, I'm not gonna look at it. I'm gonna pour it up. This is a big bottle. Some of them are big, some of them are small. So I'm just going to pour a little bit. Good enough. Okay, now I'm going to put this here. No, here, here. I'll put this here. No, here. I'll put this here, and then I'm going to put this over on the other side of it so I can't see it. Let's try this thing. Ooh, this one's getting a little burny. A little high proof, I think. On the nose, I'm getting a little bit of caramel, some vanilla, a little bit of a fruity note. Maybe kind of an apple pie and cinnamon. It smells really nice, but really kind of proofy, a little burny on the nose. Let's try it. Yeah, that's got a lot of proof on it. It's a little woody. It has tons of brown sugar. At first it was kind of appley and proof and baking spice, apple pies, baking crust. And then it goes to just straight brown sugar on the finish. That is awesome on the finish. There is a little bit of kind of this off-wood bitterness to it that I don't care for too much. It's like I said, it's got a very kind of a nice fruity note. Finishes strong with that brown sugar, but the baking spice is very, very strong throughout. I would say that overall proof-wise, it's probably about 120 proof. And then I would probably say, just as a whiskey, do I like it? Yeah, I like it. Would I drink it often? I don't know. It's a little bit on the burny side over what I would probably normally want to sip on. But it's got a nice mouthfeel, a good experience. It seems like a good whiskey. I would probably say, price-wise, I would probably pay 60, 70, no, probably, yeah, I would say it's probably worth maybe $70, $80. That's my guess. Now let's see what it is. Oh, wow. This is the Heaven Hill Select Stock 8-year, coming in at 123.4 proof, and it's toasted. Interesting. I've never had this one before. Huh, that's really fruity for a Heaven Hill. Doesn't have that kind of, normally with toasted stuff, a lot of times you kind of get this like toasty marshmallow thing going on. I don't get that at all. It does have a really nice mouthfeel. 123 proof. I thought it was low 120s. This one is 8 years age stated. I totally see that. It didn't taste particularly old or particularly young. It was very kind of in the middle and well done. It's a little on the spicy side, and it's not just a proof spice. There's a predominant spicy note that I don't love. So this isn't one that I would probably normally go to drink, but it's a great experience. All right, that was a fun one. Let's go to the next bottle. Oh, maybe a small one this time? No, that's a big one. Small one? That feels small. Let's try this one. All right, I'm not gonna look, see what it is. Let's see if I can just pour it oh so carefully. All right, I got some in there. Not looking, still can't see. Top down view, can't see anything. It's all good. All right, there we go. What about this bad boy? Ooh, that is proofy. Very burny on the nose, even more than the Heaven Hill was. Even though it's really, really burny on the nose, this has a really strong caramel and banana. It's got this really interesting freshness. I would, just on the nose, I would say this is easily 125 proof, if not more. This thing is very, very proofy on the nose. Let's try it. That has a beautiful palate. Wow. Holy wow. That is all kinds of fruit and floral. It has a very, very, very wonderful mid palate. At first it's a little burny, and then the mid palate is this delicious berries with cream and vanilla. The finish dies. The flavor of the finish dies very, very quickly, but the impression of the finish continues for a long time, if that makes sense. Overall, this is a really good whiskey. The only thing that I think it falls short on is that finish kind of dies quick. The flavor in the finish dies quick, though the experience continues. Proof-wise, I would guess it's probably around 115 proof. At first, it kind of sipped hotter, I thought, than the last, but it settled in really, really quickly, although it does have a strong baking spice presence. I didn't feel like the proof stayed feeling high. So I'm good with the 115 proof. Value, I think value-wise, the flavors on this thing are really, really good. So from that perspective, I think the value is probably pretty high, or the price is probably pretty high. But with the finish being so short, I can't imagine it being particularly old, or it doesn't taste young at all, but I'm just saying. Usually you get that a stronger finish the older you get. So I'm going to say maybe, maybe $50, $60 on this one. Again, the flavors are rock solid, like really, really up my alley. The finish, though exposes a little bit of the, not being super, super expensive. So, all right, let's see what we got. NBC. Nashville Barrel Company. We're going to go with that. Nashville Barrel Company Rye. Coming in at 110.92 proof. I said 115, but it's 110.9. 7-year age stated. Okay, so the ryeness, though, that is really interesting. I did not think this was a rye. Yeah, now that I know I'm looking at a rye, I'm definitely getting more of those rye notes, which I wasn't really getting that much. To me, it was really coming off more as this very fruity kind of quality to it. This is good. This is a really, really good rye. I haven't had any of the Nashville Barrel Company stuff, and so I'm actually really enthused by this rye. I don't know if it's their own or they sourced it. I'm not sure where this bottle came from, because all I have is this bottle. Back to the bag we go. Big or small bottle, I don't know. Let's do this one. This feels like a smaller bottle. Flip it over, twist the top, find the glass. Pour it in. So this is a small bottle. Screw the top back on. Whoa, almost spilled everything. All right, there we go. We are good to go. Let us try one more whiskey. There's a very, very strong floral quality on this one. It almost reminds me a little bit of like a Four Roses. But the caramel feels too strong to be a Four Roses. We'll see. Let's try it. That is very, very, very interesting and unique. It has... Here are the flavors in no particular order. Anise, black licorice, cotton candy, caramel, vanilla, grape nerds, cedar wood or sandalwood, probably more cedar wood, banana Laffy Taffy, no, grape Laffy Taffy. That's a really, really interesting whiskey. I have no idea what this is. On the nose, it smelled kind of like a Four Roses. On the palate, it's something else. I don't know. That is very fruity and delicious. Really good mouthfeel. Nice proof point. Let's see what proof we think it is. Proof, I'm going to probably say 123. I'm going to say 10 year, 10, 12 years, something like that. Very viscous mouthfeel, very kind of very dry. Even though it's very sweet, it's got a very dry aspect where it's kind of pulling the moisture out of my mouth. I'm a fan of this one. I can't tell you what it is. Oh, maybe what it is maybe it's a finished one. I didn't think about that. Maybe that's where I'm getting all that fruity and interestingness. The complexity is that the fact that it's a bourbon, or I think it's a bourbon that's then finished in something else. Value on this one, I think it's going to be more expensive. I think this is going to be over $100, and could be even rare, but I think it might be finished. 123 proof. Let's figure out what we got. What do we got? Oh, okay. This is a 4-gate bourbon down under. Okay. This is the, I don't know if I've ever had this before. I've had 4-gates before, but I don't think I've ever had this one. This one comes in at 116.6 proof, so 117-ish proof. It comes off hotter than 117 proof, in my opinion. This is kicking. I think this might be the Tawny Port finished one. From Australia, bourbon down under, Australia, kangaroos, good day mate, all that kind of thing. That was terrible, but cheers. Thank you so much to everybody who donated different samples to the this video. You didn't know you were donating to this video, but I felt like drinking some samples and sharing them with all of you. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Go check out Beyond the Road for more content from me that doesn't get posted to the main channel. But with all that said, until next time, find a bottle you love.